We are going to do a 12-hour reading challenge. The book finished me. Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you guys are in the world. I fear I am going into a really bad book slump and I will do anything to prevent this from happening. So we are going to do a 12-hour reading challenge. How this 12-hour challenge is going to work is I'm basically just going to have a timer that says 12 hours, and every single time I pick up my book I'm going to press start on the timer, and then every single time I close the book or pop the book down I'm going to pause it, and then we will carry on from where we've left off. I am like praying to the gods above that I can get out of this almost book slump and finish my current read, maybe read a second book and see how far I can get through that. I don't want to keep you guys too long, so without further ado, if you guys want to see the books that I read and how many pages I can read in 12 hours, then keep on watching. I feel like I should speak to you guys about this book and where I am and how I'm feeling before we actually get into this challenge. So I am currently reading Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is a new release and it's actually one of my most anticipated reads of the year. However, I am struggling, and it's definitely not because of the story or because of the characters or the book itself. It's purely because I'm just not giving myself the time to read. Most evenings when I get into bed I give myself an hour to read, and by the time I actually pick up the book I've probably got 30 minutes left and I just cannot concentrate at the moment. So I'm only 13 chapters in. This is page 172. I've been reading this book since it came out and today is the 19th of April. So this book has been out for almost a month and I'm still not even halfway through. I believe there's 400 pages, if not just a little bit less. So I might actually be halfway through the book. Let me get my Goodreads up. Does anybody here use Fable? Because I am so tempted to switch over to Fable now. I've just seen so many of my favorite creators and so many of my book besties switch over to Fable, so I don't know if maybe I'm missing out or if it is literally just Goodreads and kind of the same and not worth having both. Goodreads is telling me that I am 45% of the way through, so we still have a good chunk of this book to go. Ideally, I would love to finish this book in this video and move on to Fearless by Lauren Robert, because that is sat on my shelf. I have been dodging spoilers left, right and centre. I think I have about an hour to read right now, so I'm going to start my timer. We're going to see how much I can read in an hour. Let's start the reading challenge. I thought I should do a little update on where I'm at in the book now. I did read a little bit more last night. I feel like I've definitely made a dent in this book now. Left on the timer is 9 hours and 23 minutes. We've made it to chapter 17, which is page 232. We are in the arena. It's getting so good. I could not put this book down last night. All I've wanted to do all morning is just sit down and read, but I haven't been able to as it's Easter Sunday and we've been doing a lot as a family. So I'm hoping I can read a little bit of this later on. My Goodreads tells me that I am 55% of the way through, so I have made it over the halfway mark. Finally, it feels like it's been forever. Like I said, we've got 9 hours and 23 minutes left, so I will catch you guys when I start reading. It's currently 20 to 8 in the evening and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read a little bit now. The time on the timer is currently 9 hours 23, so I'm hoping I can get this down to around 8 hours or maybe even less. got just over 8 hours left on my timer. I think I read about 30 pages in that last hour, which I'm really happy with. Very quickly making my way through this book. I'm really enjoying it. I'm currently on chapter 21, which brings us to page 281. So I'm not far off finishing, I don't think. I think I've probably got, I'm actually 100 pages off finishing, which is so exciting. I've still got over 8 hours left on the timer, so I'm starting to think maybe we will finish this book, which I did not think was going to actually happen, considering this has been one of my slower reads, and I'm going to break into my M&M crispy mini egg, which is so exciting, by the way. Guys, I think it might be time to finish Sunrise on the Reaping, which is wild to say because I only read one chapter yesterday. I did not read much at all, and my timer still has 7 hours and 41 minutes left. I have just over 60 pages left, and I feel like I could possibly finish this, if not finish tomorrow morning. I'm so attached to our main characters and to the storyline. I'm in love with the arena and the world and the beauty of it. I feel like the way they're describing the beauty of the arena, I feel like I can actually envision it, and I can't believe it's nearly over. I have 2 chapters left. I could not finish the book last night because the book finished me, quite frankly. This is heartbreaking, and I get why everybody's having full-on mental breakdowns whilst reading this, because I myself had a full-on mental breakdown whilst reading this. I'm on chapter 27. I think it means I have 2 chapters left. I am just guessing. I'm on page 366. I've got 20 pages left. I actually don't have time to read the 2 chapters now. I need to go and take my grandpa to the hospital, but I'm going to have an hour to read, so I'm going to bring this and I'm going to finish it, and I'm also going to bring Fearless as well and possibly start it. I'm not really sure if I'm going to or not, but I would like to. I'm going to sit here and finish the rest of this book. Some really exciting news. I was just about to leave and I saw on the Hunger Games Instagram page they have actually casted 2 of our main characters for this book, for the film adaptation. We have our Haymitch and we also have our Lenore Dove, which is so exciting. I did not realise casting was this early on. I knew obviously the film was set to be released next year. It's actually supposed to be released on mine and Owen's anniversary, so I'm going to beg him to go and watch that with me. I just couldn't believe it. I don't know why I was so shocked. I was not expecting that to be dropped on a random Thursday morning. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to finish this, and I'm probably going to cry, so I should have brought some tissues. Go and grab a drink from Starbucks. I'm going to gather my thoughts, and then we will either speak about this book or not. I don't know if it's just me living under a rock and not going out to actually buy myself a drink every now and again, but since when was a medium iced decaf white mocha £6? Since when was a Starbucks drink £6? I used to work in Starbucks and they never used to be this expensive. I actually cannot complain with this one because it is so nice. I feel a little bit more ready to speak about this book now. It's only been about 20 minutes, however. My decaf coffee has done its job and I'm ready. I'm ready to write and talk about it. I absolutely adored this book. This is one of my favorite Hunger Games books I think that I've read. I personally think that the storyline was so heartbreaking yet so beautiful. We see a different side to Haymitch compared to what we see in the 74th and the 75th Hunger Games. Obviously when he's mentoring Katniss and Peter, he's not a little boy anymore, whereas when he won his games he was only 16, which is absolutely insane considering he had no training. He was from District 12, which is often frowned upon. The actual arena, the way it's described, I could fully envision it and I felt like I was there. I personally wished we had a bit more conflict and combat between the districts. However, I did really enjoy the route that it went down. I think I was a little bit shocked at the amount of tributes that were dying because of one thing instead of the other. I felt extremely attached to these characters, and I don't feel I've been attached to characters in a fantasy or a dystopian world as much as I have these in quite a while now. I could never imagine being in Haymitch's shoes, like especially what happens after the games. Like, it's just insane. I absolutely loved the epilogue at the end of the book as well. I think that was beautiful, and I think I'm actually going to rate this book a 5 stars. My Grampy's going to be another hour at least, so I think I'm gonna start a new book, and it's got to be Fearless. I think I cannot go any longer without trying to avoid spoilers. These spoilers, they're coming left, right and center now. People are just finishing the book, so I feel like I need to jump on the bandwagon. Fearless is the third and the last book in the Powerless trilogy. There is also a little novella in between Powerless and Reckless, which we follow Adina, who's Payden, our main character's best friend, whilst Payden is going through everything in the first book. So it's an exact timeline for timeline. This is the last book in the trilogy. My predictions, honestly, I think Kai and Payden are gonna die. I think they're both going to die in this book. I don't know how, but there's just a part of me that thinks for this book to end, and I think the character storyline, the development throughout the book, I think they're just going to die. This book is 519 pages long. I don't think we'll finish this in this video. I'm nervous, I'm scared. I have my iced coffee, so let's get reading. I think the last time I spoke to you guys, I'd actually only just started this book. So I'm currently on page 41, which is chapter 5. So I haven't really done a lot of reading since. So I didn't read anything yesterday. The last time I updated you guys was the day before. So we currently have 3 hours and 15 minutes left on this timer, which is insane because I knew time went fast when I was reading, but it goes really fast when I'm reading. There's proof of the timer there. I'm actually going to sit down and see if I can read a couple more chapters now, and I want to try and time this right so then I can finish the challenge this evening. What I really like and enjoy about this book is that so far it's so good, and we leave off from basically the exact same point as we finish off in Reckless, which I really enjoy. I really don't like books where there's a gap of say 5 months to like a year. The tension between Kai and Payden is still there. It's still got me giggling and kicking my feet every single time they are in the same conversation or in the same chapter. No idea what to expect other than the fact that I think they are both going to die. So I will update you guys in a little bit, but for now I'm going to go and read some of this, and I'm also going to have my favourite drink, which is a Diet Coke, of course. I have 59 minutes and 43 seconds. Why does it feel like it's gone so quick? Yeah, so slow. I think because I've been doing this challenge over a week, it just feels really long, but every single time I press that timer, it flies. I swear, it actually flies by. Last night I read some more of Fearless, so I'm currently on page 93. This is chapter 12. And I am eating this up. I did not want to put this book down. I actually had to force myself to close the book. The way that Kai is like yearning for Payden. This man. I'm gonna read for the next hour and I will come back to you guys once I've finished. And we can have a little chat about the books that I've read and where I'm at. And that is the reading challenge done. Okay, let's talk about them. As you guys already know, I finished reading Sunrise on the Reaping, a 5-star read. I really enjoyed it and I cannot wait for the film to come out. I think this was such a good book, and if you really do love The Hunger Games, then I really recommend this, because this was so good and it makes so much sense now that I look back on scenes and certain interactions between Haymitch and Katniss, for example, and Peter and Effie. Like, it all just adds up, and I cannot believe that we had to wait this long for it, but I'm so grateful that we've got it now. And obviously, as you'd seen as well, I started Fearless. I ended this reading challenge on page 128, so I'm currently on chapter 17. I am eating this book up. Honestly, so far, I am enjoying this so much more than I thought I would. I was a little bit skeptical going into this, coming off of Reckless. However, so far this has not disappointed and I cannot wait to read the rest of it. I am so incredibly happy with how much I've read. I will pop the number on the screen here because I cannot do math. I'm gonna need a few minutes and a calculator to try and get this right. I would love to do more of these videos, so if you did like it, then make sure to like this video, subscribe, let me know what you're currently reading down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I hope you all have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening wherever you guys are in the world, and I will see you guys in my next video.